There are multiple Shiv doors hidden throughout The Last of Us, and now that The Last of Us Remake has released, why not go over the locations of every Shiv door in the game, since they're the secret areas in The Last of Us that have tons of good loot and resources. Plus it unlocks the Master of Unlocking trophy if you're going for the Platinum. All of these Shiv doors can be unlocked through Chapter Select, by the way, so if you're missing 1 or 2 Shiv doors and you just want to go get those real quick for the trophy, you can easily go to Chapter Select. The very first Shiv door you'll come into contact to is located in Chapter 3 during the downtown portion of the Outskirts level. You'll have a pretty dramatic encounter before you and Tess are placed in front of a long dark hallway. If you immediately take a right, you can head into a room that leads you into another room with a white door. That white door will require a Shiv to open, and you can head on in and loot it up. This will also break your Shiv, so keep that in mind and always stay stocked up on Shivs. A little later on in the same chapter, you'll end up in the museum, and Joel will become separated from the rest of the gang. Once you become separated, you'll kind of be crawling under some rubble. If you turn around, you can crawl under another section of rubble, which leads into another area with infected wandering around. Make sure you're not using your Shivs too much on these guys, especially since there's a few clickers running around. But before you get to the end of the hall, you can take a left into an open doorway that enters a kitchen. As soon as you enter, you can look to your right and at a brown door, which can be opened with a Shiv. Next up in Chapter 4, Bill's Town, you'll be placed in a forest trail in the middle of the woods and then can climb up and plank your way behind the town. To get into the actual town, you'll need to boost Ellie over the fence, but right before you do that, to your left will be a Shiv door you can pop open. Once Ellie climbs over that fence and you leave through the gate, you can't get back here. The fourth Shiv door is directly after the last one. Once Ellie unlocks the gate for you, you can take a right and you'll notice the long street and all the stores. There are a few collectibles here, including a safe, which I have a separate video on. But we're going to go all the way down to the end of the road and into an alleyway near the record shop in the left-hand corner. When you get over here, you'll notice a clicker get blown to smithereens, and then you can take a right to enter the back of the building's Shiv door. And then over in Pittsburgh, Chapter 5, once you and Ellie walk down the road and hop over the bus, after defeating the 3 enemies that come over, you'll come to a pretty big enemy encounter in front of the bookstore. After defeating all of the enemies here, you can enter the bookstore, if you're not already in, and head upstairs. There's a collectible right under this staircase, by the way. Now head straight down to the other side of the room to the back right-hand corner on the 2nd floor to find the Shiv door. There's plenty of supplies in the bookstore if you need to craft a Shiv in order to open it. Right after the bookstore, Joel and Ellie will eavesdrop on a couple of hunters crossing the water, and then once that cutscene ends, if you look directly to Joel's left, you can find a Shiv door next to the taxi with a red X on it. There's also an artifact in here. Later on, after the section of Pittsburgh where Ellie covers Joel with the rifle, in the financial district, you'll come to this 4-way intersection of buildings. Straight ahead, you'll see a wall with No Hope spray painted on it, and to our right across the street is the HS&L Credit Union, which we want to go ahead and enter and take an immediate right, leading us to Shiv door number 7. Our 8th Shiv door is our final door inside the chapter of Pittsburgh, and it takes place in the Escape the City level. You'll leave the apartment with your new gang, and Henry will lead you guys through the hall and down the stairs. And as soon as you come down the first flight of stairs, Henry will continue running down them, but straight across the hall will be your Shiv door. Now we're at the Hydroelectric Dam in Tommy's Dam chapter, and this one's pretty hard to miss and pretty close to the start of the chapter. You'll see the set of stairs you need to climb up in order to get to the little dam facility where the waterfall is coming from, and immediately in front of the stairs is your 9th door. Our 10th Shiv can be found well into the university chapter in the science building. This one is found shortly after mantling into this broken brick wall, and if you head all the way through into the hallway, running past all of the other rooms, you can find this door at the very end of the hall, all the way in the far right corner. Once you're playing as Joel in the cabin resort portion of the Lakeside Resort chapter, you'll pass by a gas station, followed by a motel. Our Shiv door is in a shed behind that motel, which you can get to by going inside one of the motel rooms. During the bus depot chapter, while going through the underground tunnel level, you'll get to where Ellie needs to unlock a door for Joel, which leads to a small room with a workbench. When you're finished upgrading, just head straight out the door and behind it to the right to unlock your 12th Shiv door. We will find our 13th and final Shiv door in the Hospital of the Firefly Lab chapter. Once you're coming down this hallway here after barricading a door with a chair, you'll soon wind up on the upper level, and at the end of the hall here, behind the desk, you'll find your final Shiv door. Well, it's been fun. Hopefully now you have all 13 Shiv doors and also obtained the Master of Unlocking trophy. Leave a like for some more Last of Us Part 1 remake guides. See ya.